Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you saw from the title of today's video, I'm going to be talking all about my favorite fall winter trends for the coming season. So if that is of any interest to you, then just keep watching. We are going to hop right into it. I have everything written down here in my notebook so I stay on topic and I don't go on a tangent. So first things first, I've kind of broken it down into categories. There are some rollover trends that are trends essentially that we are going to see roll over from the spring summer season, and then I have a couple of micro trends that I'm going to talk about, and then I will kind of go fully into the bigger, more prominent trends that we are going to be seeing for the coming fall winter season. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. And this first trend is of no surprise. I'm sure you guys are so tired of hearing me talk about this trend, but you know what? It's not me, you guys. It's the world, and it is voluminous dresses. This is honestly a trend that I don't know that this will ever not be a thing. Like, now that it's really here on the scene, it has been here for several seasons now, regardless of whether it's spring, summer, or fall, winter. I don't know that voluminous dresses are really going to go anywhere. This is obviously going to be one of the carryover trends or the rollover trends. This is something we have seen again for several years now, and we will just continue to see it throughout the fall, winter. As we saw in fall winter 2019, we saw the voluminous dresses being styled with tights with a lot of logo stockings, which I very much so loved. Thinking about dabbling into it this coming fall winter, not quite sure yet, but we shall see. You can pair this with some sort of sneaker for like a really cool casual weekend look, and then of course we are going to be pairing it again with our chunky boots. You guys, if you are not onto the chunky lug sole boot trend, what are you doing? This again was something we saw a ton of last fall winter season. As we all know, the Bottega Veneta boots were a huge trend. They will continue to be a trend for this coming fall winter season. Of course, the Prada boots with a little pouch on the side, again very big last fall winter season. Two trends that will definitely be carried over from again spring summer season are the voluminous dresses, and then also from last fall winter season will be chunky lug sole boots. And also just note that you don't obviously have to invest in the Bottega Veneta pair or the Prada pair. When I say that everywhere on the high street, from H&M to Zara to And Other Stories and everywhere in between, is coming out with their version of the chunky, really heavy lug sole boots. You can really find this boot at every price point. If you follow me on Instagram, then you guys know I had talked about purchasing a pair of pretty much like Bottega Veneta dupes from H&M, and though they did not end up working out for me, they truly are a great dupe if you are really into the Bottega Veneta pair. So moving right along to the second trend, and I think you guys are gonna think I'm making this up because you guys know how much I love this, but honestly, it is not me. It is really not me. It is what the girls are loving. It is what we are wearing. It is what we are going to continue to see, and that is large, voluminous, oversized, poofy sleeves and shoulders. You guys know, if you have been around here for a minute, you know how much I enjoy a voluminous statement sleeve. It is my jam. I honestly feel like I own 300 strong shoulder t-shirts at this point, but honestly, I'm not mad about it, and clearly neither are the girls. So again, we're going to continue to see voluminous sleeves this fall winter season. However, what I did note is a lot more detailing on the sleeve. So not only will we be getting a longer sleeve, which just makes more sense as we go into the colder months, but we're going to be seeing a lot more detailing on the sleeves, a lot more embroidery, patchwork, embellishments, and even surprisingly bell sleeves, though that's a bit 70s for me. But listen, if that's your jam, then girl, wear it. Nonetheless, we will definitely continue to see voluminous sleeves overall. Now, I have seen a couple of blouses that were giving some detailing on the sleeve that were something that I thought I could maybe style and invest in, but I'm not quite sure just yet if that's going to be for me. I think I need to dabble in it a little bit more, maybe see something on the high street and play around with that before I invest in something that's a little bit more expensive. But again, I really do just in general appreciate a strong shoulder or a voluminous sleeve. So even if I don't necessarily invest in something that has some embroidery detailing on the sleeve or patchwork or something like that, I still will be wearing a lot of my strong shoulder t-shirts. I have a couple of sweaters that I've just recently ordered that I'm very excited to wear for the coming fall winter season. All right, you guys, so moving right along, we're going to go into the micro trends. So this is pretty much just going to be a couple of trends that I saw a little bit of last fall winter season. It wasn't one of the bigger trends, but I'm definitely seeing more of it this fall winter season, but it also still isn't one of the bigger trends for the season. However, I did just want to give them a couple of minutes. The first one is shackets. Yes, shackets. If you don't know what a shacket is, it is pretty much the combination of a shirt and a jacket. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw it, which I want to say was maybe fall winter 18, I really didn't get it. I didn't understand if it was a jacket, is it a shirt, how do you wear it, what do you wear it with? I wasn't really that into it, honestly, so I didn't pay it much attention. However, last fall winter season, I started to see it styled a little bit more. This is definitely going to be something I think I'm going to get a lot of wear and use out of. I personally plan to wear this as both a third piece, whether it's taking the place of a leather jacket or a denim jacket. This is definitely going to be something that I add to kind of the end result of a look. Also, this can be styled easily with a belt and worn with chunky boots or sneakers and made to be worn as a dress. It's really just all about how you style it and how you want to pair it, which is why I finally feel like even if I were to spend a little bit more and invest in the Isabel Marant one on sale, I'm not crazy, I definitely still feel like I could get good cost per wear out of this piece because of the different ways that I can style it. So very much so looking forward to this. You can easily pair this with your tights. You can easily pair this with your chunky boots. You can throw on a turtleneck under it. You can honestly style this up in several different ways. So I definitely will be investing in one this fall winter season. As I said, I do have my eye, of course, on an Isabel Marant one. Not sure if I want to make it one of my kind of fall winter wish list pieces or potentially wait for it to go on sale. We're talking maybe end of the year, December, January. Not sure quite yet what I want to do, but I definitely do have my eye on a couple of different versions from the high street as well as some kind of more designer ones. So definitely be on the lookout for shackets this fall winter season. If you need a little bit of inspo, you can always head to Pinterest or even just Google shackets and look through the images, and you would be surprised at all of the different ways that you will get inspiration from this particular piece. All right, you guys, so moving right along to the second micro trend. This is going to be a trend we haven't seen for several years, and how I know it has been several years is because when it was a trend, I was very much so here for it, very much so into it, and I am very excited that it is back on the scene, and that is denim midi skirts. Yes, you guys, I am obsessed with a good denim midi skirt. And I'm talking about, we haven't seen this trend probably for about 5 or 6 years. I want to say this was like circa 2013, 2014, and how I know it was around about that time was because I had one from Madewell that I was obsessed with. I wore it on my very first trip to Paris, and I wore it so many different ways, and I was obsessed with it. And to this day, if I could actually get my hands on that exact skirt from Madewell, I would totally buy it because it was actually a really good piece. Nonetheless, denim midi skirts, you guys, I am so here for it. And I love the fact that this is a trend. You can easily dress up, you can easily dress it down. It takes the place of jeans. It takes the place of so many other kind of bottoms that you would wear. And I know a lot of us are wearing more casual pieces these days. A lot of us are in the house these days. However, you guys would be surprised at all of the different ways you could style a denim midi skirt. Personally, and again, just based off of how I wore it when it was a trend a couple of years ago, I will be wearing this with sneakers. I will be wearing this with chunky boots. I will 100% be wearing this with like a cute midi heel situation. I don't know when I'm going to be wearing any heels anytime soon. However, I will be ready and I will know how to style it with heels when the time comes. I am very much so excited that this is a trend for the fall winter season. Again, it's not one of the more prominent trends, but it is something I have peeped on the high street. It is absolutely something I have seen on the runways. So you guys, I'm telling you right now to get into it. And much like the shackets, if you need some inspo, head to Pinterest. I have been pinning so much lately. lately for my own personal inspiration. So I will leave a link to my Pinterest down below. Also, Google Images is a great source for inspiration. Just type in literally denim midi skirts and just you can see all of the different ways that it is being styled. Personally, I think that this is great if you are wearing this to the office. You can easily pair this with a cute blouse, some heels. You can actually very much so wear this with like an oversized sweater, chunky boots. I do think you have to be a little bit more aware of the proportions if you are going to do a flatter shoe, because it can very much so compress you if you are already petite. That is something to note. However, that can absolutely be pulled off. Again, with sneakers and a cool t-shirt, a leather jacket for the weekend. Sis, I'm telling you right now, to get into the denim midi skirts, I have seen them at H&M, Topshop. They are out there, so just take your time. Figure out the silhouette that works for you. I have seen them in dark washes, medium washes, light washes. I have seen a tan. I have seen a cream version. So listen, the options are there. It really is just about how you want to style it. Nonetheless, you will absolutely be seeing, and you will be seeing me style denim midi skirts for the coming fall winter season. Moving along to the more bigger, prominent trends that we are seeing a lot of on the runways. Everyone is going to be talking about it, wearing it, or styling it in some way, shape, or form. The first one is fringe. Now, fringe is something that it's not a new trend. Honestly, no trends are new trends. As we all know, in fashion, everything is revolving. It comes and it goes. This is a trend that we have seen over several seasons, over several years now. So again, it's nothing new. I think it's just simply all about the ways we are seeing it done differently. Though I wouldn't necessarily say my style is very 70s. I definitely love taking components of more so Western wear and incorporating it into my personal style. So this is a trend that I will be dabbling in. I actually have a really cool like faux leather fringe jacket that you guys have seen me style before in an IGTV. If you have not seen that, I will leave it linked down below. Nonetheless, I actually purchased a faux leather fringe jacket from Nasty Gal that I absolutely love, that I 100% will be bringing out this fall winter season. We're going to be seeing a lot more fringe throughout pieces. I feel like a lot of times we see fringe as like a back detailing, whereas this fall winter season, it is absolutely going to be more so on formal pieces, on dresses, on the front of dresses, on the hemlines of skirts, on the hemlines of jeans. Not necessarily something I'm going to be wearing a ton of, but again, if that is your personal style, then girl, go for it. So for me, again, I'm going to be sticking with outerwear. I definitely want to get my hands on a vintage leather fringe jacket. I actually did thrift one about a year or so ago, but I ended up selling it because it honestly smelled quite thrifted and vintage, and I just couldn't get over it. But I definitely do want to invest in one this fall winter season. So definitely going to be seeing fringe, but again, it's going to be more so on the hemlines of things throughout dresses. Of course, you're still going to see it on the usual suspects, like I said, sweaters and outerwear, but really you're going to see it hit a lot of formal pieces, skirts, hemline for the fall winter season. All right, you guys, so moving right along to the next prominent trend we have honestly been seeing and will continue to see are matching sets. Now, we all know at this point, if you don't have a matching set, sis, are you working from home? Are you in quarantine? And I realize obviously everyone is not working from home. However, if you are, I feel like the majority of us have pretty much invested in at least 2 or 3 matching cords sets at this point. Nonetheless, I'm going to specifically talk about matching knit sets, because matching sets is quite a big category and I just feel like it's a little broad. I want to focus in specifically on knit sets, matching sweaters, matching knit bras. If you don't know the brand Kate, I want to say it was Katie Holmes was kind of like the one who put this brand and this particular look on the map. Kate is a brand that makes really cute pieces, but they are really expensive, and listen, the sizing is not that inclusive, just saying. Katie Holmes was seen wearing this set, and honestly all the girls were out here making the dupes. So matching knit sets is definitely something we will continue to see throughout the fall winter season. Very monochromatic, very easy, very stylish. This is absolutely something you can wear at the house, and then if you want to go out, maybe you and your boo have a cute little quarantine date night or something, you can throw on a pair of boyfriend jeans, a pair of straight leg jeans, a cute pair of heels, and call it a day. Every brand essentially on the high streets, from the Zara's, the Topshop, is doing their version of a matching knit cord set situation. I will leave a link to everything that I am liking or something that I may have on my wish list down below. So if you want to get the direct link to something that I may be interested in, be sure to check below. All right, you guys, I hope you are still hanging in there with me. We are almost through. We have 2 trends left, both of which very excited for. The second to last trend is going to be head to toe leather. Now, this is a vibe. And if you have not done a head to toe leather look, or if you are not into it, then girl, get into it. I will say it's not necessarily the most practical trend. I mean, when you really think about it, head to toe leather is probably going to be quite sweaty and not something I would wear if I'm going to be out all day. This is definitely like office look, dinner with the girls look, something of that nature. We're getting out, we're sitting down, we're taking pictures, and then we're going back home. Nonetheless though, you are going to be seeing a lot of head to toe leather, whether it is going to be a leather jumpsuit or a head to toe leather look of separates, meaning you take one leather piece, pair it with a different leather piece. So again, I realize that head to toe leather isn't maybe the most practical depending on what you're doing, where you're going, who you're going to be with, the weather, but it is definitely something I 100% will be dabbling in. I think it's so cool, it's very edgy, and I love the fact that we are seeing it in so many different options, so many different categories. Also, a subcategory of leather is going to be colored leather. We are going to be doing color. We are not going to be just wearing black and white this season, girl. We are going to get into these yellows, these emeralds, these browns, these nudes, these oranges. You guys, when I say to you, I have probably seen every single color on the market when it comes to a leather piece, whether it's a burgundy shirt dress or a pair of faux leather pink shorts. Head to toe leather, sis. I need you to tap into the matrix and just get with the program, because this is definitely going to be the move for the coming fall winter season. All right, you guys, and last but certainly not least, the trend that I am probably the most excited for. I mean, honestly, I'm excited about all of them, but if I just had to choose like a top 3 trends, this would absolutely be one of those top 3, and it is loose tailoring. Now, we know that tailoring, we know that suiting is not a big trend. Again, none of these trends are new. It's really just about the ways that they are being restyled and reinvented. Now, I realize everyone is not into oversized silhouettes, oversized pieces. I personally am. I cannot tell you the last time I wore anything that was tight or too fitted or hugging. I just can't do it. So for me, this is personally something that I love. I love a good oversized blazer. I love a good oversized menswear shirt, something that's loose, that's breathable, that's comfortable, that I can wear fall, winter, spring, summer. This is definitely going to be something that I 100% will be playing with this fall, winter season. I am on like a wide leg trouser binge right now. I haven't found the perfect pair, but when I say to you, I am going to find the perfect like 1 or 2 pairs of wide leg trousers, you can mark my words. Nonetheless though, oversized loose tailoring. Now I know sometimes when it comes to oversized pieces, we can be a bit concerned if it's too much loose, meaning if it's too loose on the top, too loose on the bottom, do you look crazy? You do have to be mindful about how much loose you are pairing, especially depending on your height, your frame, your silhouette, so on and so forth. If you are very much so into the oversized tailoring, girl, loose on loose is the vibe, it is the trend, and personally it is absolutely something I am going to be doing. Now this is also a trend that I would say if you don't want to go and invest in a $200 or $300 Frankie shop blazer or a Ghani blazer, you can absolutely invest in this trend on the pre-loved vintage thrifting market. That is probably the way I will be doing it. I might eventually invest in an investment piece, but that is definitely going to be towards the end of the fall winter season, of course, when sale season is back around. But right now I am very much so on the vintage market, on the pre-loved and thrifting market. I know it's not necessarily the most ideal time to be in store shopping, but if you do have a local thrift store that is open and you feel comfortable going in and just seeing what they have, I highly recommend checking out this particular trend in the men's section, and specifically thrifted. You guys will be shook at the pieces you can find for $2 or $3, $5 or $6, whatever the case may be, under $20 at your local thrift store. But specifically, like I said, oversized men's button-ups, trousers, even shorts we're gonna be seeing paired with boots. That was something I didn't really dabble in last fall winter season. I may or may not dabble in it this fall winter season. We will see, but that is also something you will be seeing a lot more so on the street style end of things, just oversized pieces. So I would just say, if this is going to be a trend that you want to try out or dabble in, and you are maybe a little bit more petite, or you're shorter, or you may be curvier, just be mindful of how oversized you go, and don't be afraid to edit things. Don't be afraid to roll up the sleeves. Don't be afraid to belt something. You would be very quickly surprised at how easily that transforms something that may be too big, and it really does give you that little bit of a snatch, that little bit of a cinch that you may need so you don't look too oversized in whatever it is that you're wearing. All right, you guys, so that is it. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know down below which trends you guys are into. Are there any rollover trends you are going to be rolling over into the fall winter season? Are there any micro trends you are going to be possibly dabbling out? Also, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, girl, what are you doing? You're at the house. I'm at the house. Sis, we can be at the house together talking about fashion and all of the things. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, and while you're there, hit the bell notification too so you are notified when I upload a new video. Don't forget to check out my blog, CHANELFILES.com. Follow me over on the gram at CHANELFILES, and you guys be safe, be blessed, and I will talk to you guys a little bit later.